Back, always a good time to catch up with a good friend of mine, John Rich. He's here to talk about all things America. John, happy birthday, by the way.
Oh, I appreciate it. Nice to be on this planet one more time around. Let's see if we can do it again, right, Carl?
Well, I mean, if you hang out with me, your chances are lower of making it around again, but you know, we're there. So how'd you celebrate? What'd you do?
Well, so my oldest son, his birthday is actually 3 days after mine. So it's one of those times a year where you've got, and my wedding anniversary is right around there. So we've got anniversary, wife's birthday is the day after Christmas, then it's New Year's, then it's my birthday, then it's my son's birthday. So it's kind of like just a nonstop party for about 2 weeks at the Rich's house.
That sounds about right. I would expect nothing less. All right, so you met, I want to get right to this. You met with Governor of Tennessee, Bill Lee, about the possible new legislation about our kids' literature and how they're being exposed to really actually obscene content. I've experienced this too in Connecticut, but talk about what you talked to the governor about.
So I'm a parent, and I was hit up by a group of thousands of parents actually that had all gone to their school board meetings, had all walked in with these books that they had found in the school libraries or that teachers had put on the desk. And when you look at the narratives and you look at the images that are in the books, and then you go look up the Tennessee state statutes as to what is considered illegal to put in front of a child, it's obscene material. You can't do that. And so I went to the governor's office. I went to the Commissioner of Education in Tennessee, and I sat them down. I said, look at these pictures and read these stories. And I said, Governor, tell me what would happen if your grandkid came over to my house and I showed him these pictures and read him this story. What could you do to me, Governor, at that point? He said, I could have you arrested. I went, that's exactly right. And this is going on in our schools all throughout our state, and it's going on in our schools all around this country. But to his credit, to Governor Lee's credit, he took the meeting. They're going to bring new legislation. He's going to announce it at the end of January. And they're going to go into these schools and put in new guardrails where the system cannot be abused like that. And it gives parents a leverage point to use on these schools when, in fact, they are in violation of our statutes.
Yeah, well, you know what? It's interesting because through COVID, parents have had a lot more access to their kids and to their education and things like that. So we've seen it through the Zooms. And I can tell you, like, look, I'm a parent. I got 2.9 kids. I got one coming in March, third one. And you've seen a growing push to get these kids like almost desensitized to stuff. We printed out at my town hall, at my Board of Education town meetings, we printed out large scale posters of the things that are being taught second graders all the way up to high school. And we were not allowed to bring them into the adult meeting because they said they were inappropriate. I was like, they're being taught to second graders.
Yeah, we call that sexual assault. So here's the way I put it to the governor and the commissioner in Tennessee. I said, what's the difference in a teacher putting one of these books on the table or a guy in a white van pulling up at the edge of the schoolyard? What's the difference what's the difference in those two things? And they said, I don't know what's the difference. And I said, they can run away from the guy in the white van.
Right. Oh, 100%. It is 100%. And I'm glad parents like you are getting involved. And it's unfortunate because, John Q. Public oftentimes has a problem with this. They call the principal and they say, hey, look, I think my kid's being taught something. And they write it down on a yellow memo paper. They slide it under a door. And that's the last they heard of it. But fortunately, people like you who are also parents are getting involved and saying, guys, this is a thing. We need to address it. What do you think the timeline's going to be for something like that?
The governor told me he's going to announce it in the State of the State speech in Tennessee at the end of this month, and then it will be put before our legislation in February. I mean, what the teachers and what the school boards were telling these irate parents, their stock answer was, hey, it's not our problem. Go talk to the legislature.
Right.
Which, when you say the legislature, well, what the hell does that mean? Like, they're going, well, who are we supposed to go talk to? So listen, Carl, I want to challenge people across this country right now. Basically, what I did as a parent on behalf of a lot of other parents is I have a platform. I had a little louder voice than they had. So I'm a citizen advocate. I want that to become a real phrase in this country. Citizen advocates. Listen, you could be the big farmer in your county, right? And you know some people that maybe the other parents don't know, and you have the same problem they do. And normally you wouldn't stick your nose into it. Well, guess what? Stick your nose into it. Represent your neighbors, represent your friends, represent other people that feel the same way that you do. You don't have to be an elected official to get results in this country. It's time that Americans stand up, be heard, and go forward and start fixing some of these problems that we have.
Yep, Edmund Burke was right. All that evil needs to prevail is for good men to do nothing. So, John, you got this brand behind you, Redneck Riviera. I actually just used the last bit of barbecue sauce. I need to go pick myself up some more. I rock the boots that you sent me all the time. People love them. So tell us a little bit about Redneck Riviera.
Redneck Riviera is now a nationwide brand. I give 10% of my profits back to the Folds of Honor. We've now sent over $1 million back to the Folds of Honor in the past 3 years. You can go to redneckriviera.com. There's a store locator. It's boots, it's whiskey, it's barbecue sauce. It's all kinds of great made in the USA products that I think your viewers will enjoy, and they know that that Folds of Honor piece is always heading back. They put kids through college who lost a parent in combat, Carl.
Yeah.
Can you think of a stronger way to say thank you?
Not at all. And John, if you sold duct tape on your page, you would literally sell everything a man needs in life.
Hey, you know what? Duct tape and baling wire. That's the last two pieces to get on there.
That is true. I forgot about the baling wire. That always does come in handy. All right, John Rich, we appreciate your time, sir. Rock on.